That's terrible. Horrible, and it's a major problem. But we still got more to cover on this show, like with Ryan Garcia. And specifically, if you haven't heard about what's been going on, Ryan Garcia has been banned not just from boxing for a year, but now banned from the WBC outright per Mauricio Sulaiman. What the world? Oh my gosh. This in the span of, what, a couple months? It's what went from the top of the mountain to all of a sudden now outright banned from boxing. Not just from the sport, but also from the outright commission. This is insane. Reason being, Butter went on an outright racist and hateful tirade on Spaces on Twitter X, for those who want to be technical. But still, what? That's all I can really say. It's a shock. It's a real shock to the system. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Because here's the thing about what's been going on. And again, normally I keep to just in ring. I keep to just in ring talent. In-ring ability. What you do inside is what I care about. Outside is a completely different realm of possibilities that we don't need to mess with. When we're talking about strictly the sport as a whole, and the story that the sport entails. That's what we try to do here. Teach, help people learn, entertain, laugh, and get excited about what the world's coming down the pipe next. And debate about what's going on in the sports world outright. That's what we do on this show. However, at some point in time, there are things that we have to address outside of the sports world. This is one of them. Ryan Garcia has successfully done one of the most drastic falls from grace I've ever seen in the modern era of boxing. And it makes no sense. I don't like speculating on what's going on. But there's something more than just, he's young and he's acting out. I think so. And I'm never one to say somebody's got something going on in their system. Somebody's taking something. Somebody is an addict. I'm never one to say that. Never one to say that. Never. You never hear me talk about those big rumors, those big what ifs, those major conspiratorial-like situations where everybody's just saying, oh yeah, this brother's out of it. I never do that. But in this specific situation, I think there is something's going wrong in the life of Ryan Garcia. In the background of the fame and the claim that he's earned in his career, something is awry. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it is substance abuse. Maybe it is the fact that he may have been or may be currently addicted to more than just alcohol, as he's admitted to. He was an addict and did drink multiple times. But this is concerning. It really is concerning. It's incredibly concerning to hear and watch the erosion of the reputation of what we've seen Ryan Garcia turn into. Coming back from Tank, seemingly playing the greatest mind game that we've seen in recent memory, making everybody think he was crazy and going and knocking out or almost stopping Devin Haney, dominating him to Kingdom Come. Then from the drug and steroid accusations that we're getting all thrown about, which again we covered as well as we could on this show about that whole situation, Austrian and all. To now this it's disheartening. That's what it is, because we don't want to see somebody potentially going down a downward spiral that can end in the worst case scenario. Never want it, but that's what it's looking like. Maybe this ban is the best thing for Ryan Garcia. Maybe it's the worst thing. Because if the best thing is, away from boxing, yes, he still trains, he still keeps the regimen up, but it gives him time to get to the life right, get his life together. And yes, I know he's touted, I'm Christian, I do all this stuff, I'm against it, all these powers that be, which, that sounds good in theory. When we see the lifestyle this brother's doing, it's not lining up. That would not be what somebody of your ilk who says and proclaims what his faith is would not be acting in such a way. Would not be going around calling black people the N-word, saying I'm black, saying I hate Muslims, saying I hate white people, saying I hate everybody, hate every religion, going in and being incredibly disrespectful to anybody that was, especially in that spaces, that came to just go, hey, brother, you are messing up. This is a bigger issue seemingly than just being, he's young. This is a problem that Ryan Garcia is potentially causing for himself. I don't know what other influences are around him. So again, I'm not saying what the cause is. I'm simply saying that whatever the cause is going with Ryan Garcia. That's making all this stuff happening around him. He has been the main guy that's been feeding into it. And because of that, we don't want something tragic potentially happening. We don't want somebody, especially with a budding young career like Ryan Garcia, who is just at the top of the world. We don't want to see somebody with so much promise. We don't see anybody. But in this case scenario, somebody who has the world at his fingertips. One of the biggest stars in boxing. One of the baby faces of boxing. The successor to Oscar De La Hoya. And what we saw with Canelo when he was coming in as the handsome brother from Mexico, who is the pride of his country. But he's from America, but with Mexican heritage in terms of Ryan Garcia. The pride of his country coming in and being, hey, this is the next great man from our people. Phenomenal. Everybody wanted to be him. Women loved him. Men supported him. Everybody cared about him. Everybody was like, hey, this is great. A young budding star. That's what he was. Respected. Beloved. Was a mogul. Now he is turned into this almost seems like deranged manic state. And it's a real concern for the career of Ryan Garcia, let alone the life of Ryan Garcia as a whole. Again, I'm not speculating what the cause is. I'm not speculating why the cause is. I'm simply stating, since this is now so all-encompassing in the life of Ryan Garcia, something has to be said in terms of not trying to speculate what he is, what's going on, what's wrong or what's right, saying that there needs to be a change of something, anything. Because at this point in time, he's going to dig himself into a hole, potentially literally, and we don't want that. It's too risky right now for Ryan Garcia to still be acting the way that he's acting. And as a black man specifically, I can say it was incredibly disheartening, disrespectful, appalled, and almost laughable to see what Ryan Garcia was saying during that Twitter space. And again, if you want to find it, you can go on YouTube right now. They got clips of it posted galore. Or go on X and Twitter outright. Everybody's got that saved and reposted. But he's apologized. A bunch of people ain't accepted it. And it's because it hurts. It hurts when somebody goes that belligerently disrespectful. Not just to black people, again, me, but to everybody. Because it's almost like this wasn't Ryan Garcia that we saw. Not even a year ago. Wasn't even a year ago. You could say stuff was quirky, sure. Whatever. But before, up until the Tank fight, everything seemed okay. He's a big star. He believes in himself. He's brash, sure, but still, it's young, but promise, and he'll mature. And now it seems like he got himself caught up in stuff that is making him lose his mind. And if we, as a people, really want to see this get better, the calling him out, number one, absolutely true. But then afterwards, don't hate. Look to help. Look to support. Not support what he's doing, but support him getting help. Whatever that help may be. Whatever that help needs to be. Because at this point in time, we're not looking at just a star boxer that is on a downward spiral. We're looking at a situation where we've seen this times before. When this isn't just a career downward trend. This is a potential life altering trajectory that could end with an end to life outright. We've seen it countless times, both in sports, in boxing, and just in life in general. Some of you may have experienced it. Some of you may have experienced other people who have gone through that. Know people personally that have gone through that. Just a seemingly a losing of yourself. Inexplicably, all of a sudden. Sometimes you never really know what the cause of it was because it's too late. And we don't want that to be the case for Ryan Garcia. But this is incredibly dangerous and incredibly critical that this man gets whatever support and help that he needs. Put himself surrounded by people that actually care about what he is, not a bunch of yes men that just support what he does. Like we saw on that Twitter Spaces. Some black buddy going on about, oh, he can say whatever the word he wants. All this, shut up. The fact that you black and you saying that is ridiculous on your part. Stupid and ignorant. Absolutely ridiculous. Trying to bring up points that don't remotely relate to whatever the word we're talking about now. Using the guise of, you got people who are, per the Twitter Spaces quotes, eating babies, going out and doing all this belligerent stuff, messing with children, doing all of this terrible, horrible stuff. All these powers that be. I think somebody said something about Epstein in that tirade on X as well. Get all these terrible people out there. And y'all worried about this. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. Somebody saying, well, you got black people killing black people every day. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. No, we're worried about the right thing. We all worried about the right thing. You can't use a different problem in this situation as context to, oh, y'all don't need to worry about what Ryan Garcia's got going on. No, we do. We absolutely do. And you as a support group should be a lot more concerned about all this stuff rather than fueling the fire of, yeah, I gave him the pass. Yeah, sure, he can say it. Yeah, sure, he's one of us when good and well he isn't. And I don't say that in a hateful way. I'm saying you know this. And you know somebody's being belligerently stupid, ignorant, out of their mind, and utterly despicable, killing their own reputation and career, and you still back him because he's got money. That's the worst thing you can do. That's so bad. That's so horrible. That's so terrible. That is so terrible that you are that the people around Ryan Garcia right now are yes men. From what I can understand. Father said he wants to get him to go get some help. Parents and family have said that they denounced everything that he was saying. So from that perspective, if it ain't the family, then it's the boxing family that's around him. The people the entourage per se. If it ain't the immediate family that's feeding into this, which clearly it's not based on what they put out. It's the entourage. And we saw this with Mike Tyson. Let's not forget. We saw this with Mike Tyson, though it was different circumstances of somebody else in the story of. In fact, here's a little lesson for you. When it came to Mike Tyson, at the prime of his career, trained with Custom Auto, trained with Teddy Atlas, and there was a third coach as well. But had a great core entourage of coaches and people that cared about him, promoters and managers. All of them cared about that brother. Took him all the way up to the title. Kevin Rooney, that was the other one. Kevin Rooney. Took him all the way to the title. But Custom Auto died before he won the championship and became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Went on to become undisputed. Went on to become lineal by being Michael Spinks. You saw that. Once he hit the height of his powers, Don King swooped in and replaced meticulously every single person that was around Mike Tyson that supported him and cared about him with Don King's hand-picked entourage, which helped ruin everything that Mike Tyson was at that point in time, turning him into the animal that you know him as the ruthless killer. Yes, he was always ruthless in the ring, but if you watch what he was when Custom Auto, Kevin Rooney, and Teddy Atlas was around him versus what he turned into, after they all got replaced, completely different being, completely different fighter, both in fighting style, not nearly as technical, and in personality, a lot more volatile. Because nobody was able to help him stay in check, especially when he didn't have any family of his own to be able to rely on at that point in time. That is what we saw with Mike Tyson on top of Don King stealing all of his money. Crying shame, which is why he had to fight at that age, like 35, 36, 37, well past his prime. Well past it. When he lost to, I think, lost to McBride. I think in his last fight. But the whole reason why he was fighting was only because of money. That was it. Lost everything because of Don King. An outside source got his hands on a star prospect and ruined it. Don King, that bum of a Negro, went and messed up everything. Ryan Garcia right now, while it may not be that it is an outside source putting their entourage onto you, that keeps you, that replaces what was good company. Now it's yourself putting your own entourage together, from what I can understand. And the people that you surrounded yourself with, not somebody else, but the people that you surrounded yourself with, are fueling a fire that is burning the entire house down. A house that you created, both of wood and glass. And the wood is burning, and the glass lets us see inside the burning building. And my gosh, there was no infrastructure. Because this brother hired people, hired builders that didn't know what the word they were doing, just using it for money. That's the analogy that I see with Ryan Garcia. People are using it for money. People are using it for status. People are fueling this diabolical tirade just because they want to stay close to the pile, close to the fire, close to where all the money's coming from. And nobody else is helping him stay or say this is a problem. And when somebody calls him out on it, the entourage comes in and says, no, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's good. He's good. In fact, he's black. See how stupid that sounds? But that's what they're doing. We've seen this before. Because we've seen it before. Don't want history repeating itself. Ryan Garcia's got to get himself a new form of people that care about him, that will call him out, that he can trust to listen to, and adapt his lifestyle. Because right now, all this stuff about how I'm fighting the higher powers that be, and whatever the case may be, I'm saving children and all this stuff, that is well and good. And we love and respect if that's where your heart is. Absolutely. But that does not cover up that your actions as of right now are not that. They're not. They're of you completely disrespecting every religion, every race, saying the N-word belligerently to other black people. Like y'all, like we should know better. And then going on and continuing a diatribe of rants and words that are incredibly disrespectful, disheartening, self-destructive, and outright belligerently stupid. And all your people around you are saying, go ahead, defending, trying to say he has a right to say this. And if you want to go out the First Amendment, freedom of speech, I believe it's the First Amendment. Yes, you have the right to say that. But now the consequences that come into play, we're seeing what happens. You also got a right to get consequences. You also got a right to get punished for it. Hence, banned from boxing, banned from the WBC. Any involvement with the WBC outright. No title opportunities, no interim title opportunities, not even anybody affiliated with the WBC. They don't want you in their organization. Potentially, that would mean that if this never moves, that would mean that he potentially could never be undisputed if he wanted to go that route. Never hold the belt that Ali held, that Sugar Ray Leonard held, that marvelous Marvin Hagler held, that Tommy Hearns held, Roberto Duran. We can keep going down the list of other great Hall of Famers that have held that vaunted championship. He may never be one of them because of that exact thing that he's doing right now. Losing his mind. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that like in the context of other people when they are just trying to, he's just crazy. No. Legitimately, he might be losing his mind. And if he doesn't get the people to help reel him in, it could be a situation where it's too little too late. By the time somebody can actually get to him, something dire may happen. And I don't want that to happen at all. Because more than just boxing, I care about the person. Really do. And This you can put boxing behind you. He's set for life. He could never box again and be set for the rest of his life. I'm so happy. For anybody that can get to that level of status, any athlete that can get to that level of status and comfortability and outright security, we love. But now, if it gets to a point where it is dire for you to continue, there's a point in time we have to look at the bigger picture. And if it is time to go, might be time to go. I'm not saying Ryan Garcia can't turn it around. I'm not saying Ryan Garcia can't go and make this, fix all of this. It's going to take some work. But what I am saying is, if he still continues down this path, we're going to be saying more than just, oh, this man's crazy. It's going to be a lot more dire, and I hope we never get to that point.